Hey, my friends, welcome back. I am so glad to be with you again today. If you do not know who I am, my name's Alicia. I'm the quilty bird of this channel. This is the place where I do all my fabric and thread and fibers and cloth crafty things. Right now, I am in the process of rearranging all of this little room because I'm in a very, very, very small room. But I'm in the process of rearranging everything so that I can have a place for everything, because currently there's not one. There's just more stuff in here than there is room at the moment. So what have I been up to? What has been going on since the last time I was able to talk with you guys? So I have been working on my quilts. I have been to quilt retreat. I have been to a private sew day with some quilty friends. I've been voted to be over the program in my local guild here that I am a part of, which is frightening to say the least because I have no idea what to do. And that's supposed to start in January and I have no clue of what to do. But I have a meeting with the ladies in a couple of weeks to kind of sit down and be able to go over all the responsibilities and the things that I need to do and help me set up the first couple of months worth of programs so that I can know, what direction I need to go in. I have completed 1, 2, 3, and I'm right on the cusp of completing 4 quilt tops since approximately the end of September, beginning of October. So yeah, I've been working. Those of you that do not know me, I work a full-time 40-hour plus a week job, and I take all my extra spare time that I'm not spending with my grandkids and my husband to kind of sew. All the time I can spare that's not not already set aside for something else, I try to get my sewing time in with that. So today my plan is to go over some projects that I have kitted. Some I've worked on, some are WIPS that I have actually put needle and thread to, some of it anyway. Some are kits that I haven't touched, but I have kitted up and put together. But I am going to start this series, and it is definitely going to have to be a series because this table is already full of what is probably 12, if not somewhere between 12 and 20 projects right this moment. And yeah, if I go through what I have planned, we'll probably get up to 60 to 70 before this series is over. So we're going to make this a series so it does not take us 2-3 hours to get through this in one video. So where to start? Let me start by saying I do want you to, after this video, to go down in the comments and tell me which quilt you would like to see me finish out of this set. Now, mind you, there are probably going to be enough of these videos to where you will be able to vote on something, and I probably work all next year on what you're voting on, right? in these here series of videos. But I do want you to tell me, out of what you see here, which one you would like to see me complete. I will tell you that one of the ones I'm going to show you is the one that I'm right on the cusp of finishing. So that one I'm definitely going to finish, hopefully before Thanksgiving. And that quilt top will be out of the way, but when we get to that one, I will tell you which one that is. So without any further ado, let's start with our first one. It is this. Wait, is that upside down? Yes. It is called Hopscotch Happy by Robin Pickens. Here's a good picture of the, let me take it out because you can't see that with all that glare. Be sitting here thinking, really, lady? I can't see that. So here's a good, let's see, turn it that way. Here's a good shot of what is required for it. And it looks like that. Super cute. And it kind of has these same colors, but not this fabric, because this is an older line of, it is made with, what is this? She made this with, it's made with Abbey Rose. It's an older line of Robin Pickens fabric, and I don't have that. But I did buy this from my local quilt shop, and it came with these fabrics. So it came with this background, which I think this is a lap size kit. Nope, wait, 7. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so it is a lap size quilt kit, but I have plenty of colors like this. I don't have this line of fabric, but I have plenty of other colors that I can add to this to make the twin. So the lap size is 54.5 by 70.5, but I would rather make the twin, which is 70.5 by 86.5. Either way, you need either a layer cake or 7 fat quarters, which is what I have, or you need a layer cake and 12 fat quarters, which I can pull from my stash. But, so we got, this is 3 yards of Bella Solid 200, Bella 200. I have more Bella 200 because I would need 4 1/4 yards, so another 1.25 yards for, but it's just a solid for the larger quilt. But right now I have this blue. Wait, is that upside down? It certainly is. This blue with the stripe. And these look like they come from different lines. Let me see. Nope, they come from With a Flourish by Simple Simon & Co. This white flower and this kind of peachy orangey color. This basket weave, which I love, in this kind of peachy color. Same flower and this, not necessarily, it's like mustard, but like French's mustard, and not like the yellow gold mustard. Like this is more of a yellow gold mustard. That's more of a French's mustard in the bottle with those flowers. And then there's this creamy low volume one. That quilt kit, as I said, this is probably, I would say this would be a quick one, but it's a whole lot of little pieces in here. But this is Hopscotch Happy by Robin Pickens, using With a Flourish plus whatever I add to it from Simple Simon & Co. And this is the background. Please feel free to tell me what you think of it. And if this would be one of your votes, I'm trying to put them back in order, y'all, so I can put them up and that they are not just sitting around in pieces and then I put the wrong stuff with the wrong stuff when I put it back in its cubby on the cubby wall. And for those of you that have never been here with me before, in my room there is a wall full of cubbies, and those cubbies hold my quilt kits and my block of the months and all the like. Oh wait, I forgot to show you this. This is the binding because it doesn't have a border. So this is the binding for that quilt. That is our kit number 1. So some of these are going to be kits that have not been touched. This is my most recent acquisition here. They're going to be kits that are not going to be touched, and some of these are going to be WIPS that have been touched. And right now we're going through kits that have not been touched, and we are going to roll along to my stash of Lori Holt. I don't really have a Lori Holt stash like most people do. I have some things, but most of what I have from Lori are her quilt seeds. So I have this quilt seed, which is the sewing machine, featuring, I think this is mercantile. Yes, featuring the mercantile fabrics, which I have here. I have all of these but one. One of them I do not have because I went to a quilt retreat, my first quilt retreat, which was last year, and one of the young ladies, the youngest one in the group, did not have anything quality to work on. So she didn't have much of anything to work on, and I had already cut one of these to take with me, and I gave it to her to finish. So I am short one from making the whole quilt, which would look like this if I had them all. And she got, wait, where is it? This one. And I haven't been able to find it kitted up because Fat Quarter Shop didn't have that one anymore. So if I can find it somewhere already kitted up, I'll be able to make the whole quilt. Otherwise, they'll just be wall hangings that are separate. Speaking of, this is the finishing kit to make the setting if you make the whole quilt. So I have the finishing kit. Let's see if I can find some more of those because I have so many. Here's one. I have the iron and starch and all those wonderful pieces to go with it. Oh, I tend to take my stuff when I receive it. I tend to take them out of the cheap little plastics that they come in and put them in heavier freezer bags. It's just what I do to keep myself organized. I have pen and pin cushion and all of the lovely fabrics that go with it. And let's see, what's this one? No. Okay, here we go. I have scissors and buttons and all the lovely fabrics that go with it. One I've already made, and it is I should have pulled it, but I didn't. It is this one with the Tea and Notions at the top. Right there. I already made that one. In addition to those quilt seeds, I also have the Christmas ones with the stockings. So I have this one, the Noel, the candles. Oh, I didn't show you the pretty fabrics, did I? There's that pretty fabric. I have the chapel and its pretty fabrics. Let's go back. Noel, of course, and the Noel pretty fabrics. What's this one? Is the Christmas trees and its pretty fabrics. It's supposed to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is the poinsettia and its pretty fabrics. And the 6th one I've already cut. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on, I got it somewhere. It may already be put up there. No. I did not take that one. Wait. No. I did not take that one out. But I also have the 6th, what are these things called? Stockings. And I also have the finishing kit for the stockings as well. So, wait. And then I have 3 of the pumpkins. Oh, they're pretty fabrics. These are actually going to turn into pillows instead of the whole thing, because I didn't buy all of these because I didn't like all the blocks. And there's this one and all its pretty fabrics. So that is my Lori Holt stash of quilt kits. Feel free to tell me down below if you think that I should do some of these, all of these, you know, work one a month, however. But I do need to try to start working on them, I do believe, because they take up a lot of, like 2 cubbies full to get these in there, all of them. Let me move them out the way and we can just keep on going. It's going to be so much stuff around my feet, I'm not going to be able to move. Okay. Next is this lovely quilt here that I have done very little on, and I did not pull the blocks, but I should have. Let me take that out. I really don't want to take it out because I have 2 of them, and I've been holding this to decide if I want to give it away. So it is the Strawberry Garden quilt that came as a block of the month. And I, being as smart as I am, signed up for the block of the month with Fat Quarter Shop and the Quilt Spot. So I got these blocks times 2. So what I did was I went in and I took the second set of it and I split it up into my stash and just put them in my stash. But I have done what is probably only 2 months of this, because I have, let's see, block 3, 4. Let me turn this off. Turn this back just a bit. Okay. This must be, this is 9 with its fabrics. 10. 11. 7. 8. What is this one? 5. 6. And the setting in 12. So again, we have the Strawberry Garden quilt and blocks 3 through 12, which have not been finished. Blocks 1 and 2, well, months 1 and 2, because there's more than one block. Months 1 and 2 have already been completed, are hanging in my wonderful closet over there. I should have taken them down. And they are waiting on me. And this is so far the extra fabric that I have right here. To starch their lovely companions and cut their lovely companions is what those blocks are waiting on me to do. So feel free to tell me what you think. Should I? Shouldn't I? Oh, let me tell you this too. If I work on these and I pick a quilt that you guys have voted on, I'm going to finish it to the end. So there won't be me working on it on Tuesday or me working on it on the weekend, as long as I'm working on some other things. There are some other things that I'm probably going to keep up with as well. But for the most part, this will be like my whatever project you guys vote on will be like my full-time project until I finish it. There's a lot to finish. But there's this one. Oh, Lord. Okay. Where to next? So I also have a bucket list. Come on, honey, what you doing over there? Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. A bucket list quilt, which is, for those who do not know, it is Jen Kingwell's Wensleydale quilt. And the box look like this, but they are fairly scrappy. It is done with either hand sewing together and cutting from the templates, which I have, to make these squares, or foundation paper piecing like I have here from the papers to make these squares. I have pulled together the two of Tilda's previous autumn winter fabrics. I don't even remember the name of both of them, but anyway, one of them is Hibernation, I know. So we'll go through quickly these fabrics. Let me see if this one, and the other one is Sanctuary. So I got Sanctuary and Hibernation to use. I'm gonna have to pull some low volumes to go with these to kind of break them up a little. But I am going to use these beautiful fabrics in that quilt. I follow this lady that I think her shop is called The Quilted Chicken, and she came up with a 6.5, a way to cut all the pieces that you need from a 6.5 inch strip. You still need the papers or the book to make the quilt, but she does give you an easier way to cut it than having the than just doing regular paper piecing and wasting a lot of fabric, or having to use the templates and cut them, because the templates take a long time. Tell me how I know, because I think I've cut 3 or 4 of the fabrics with the templates, which will fit the paper piecing. It just takes a long time to cut them, and I don't want to do it that way. I've discovered that I do not want to do that. But I love these colors. They just need a little bit of, like I said, some low volumes to break them up. And what I'm going to do with all these sleeping animals in the middle of this, I don't know. But I'm going to make it work. They're going to get in where they fit in, or else I'm going to cut around them, I guess. Look at the little mousy. You need 60 different fabrics to give the scrappiness that this quilt is supposed to need. And I don't have 60. To finish the 60, I will need to pull the low volumes to finish them, because that wasn't 60 that you just saw. But the other part that I did was I pulled a, I don't know which one of these fabrics it is, but it is, Lord, what their name is. Oh my gosh, they made that fabric Forest found and hand me down from this fall. If I wasn't trying to think of it, and if I was not trying to get it out of my mouth, then my whole menopause brain would not be stopping me from saying it. But I am going to use these as well in the quilt. But honey, I am in that stage of menopause brain that does not let you recall nothing. I am going to use these for parts of the quilts. I'm going to add these in, cut some of those pieces out of these, and I'm going to, like I said, pull some more low volumes to add into the mix, because there is plenty of color going on in that tilde. It needs a few lights and a few low volumes to kind of lighten it up, and then, you know, it's on and popping thereafter. Now with this particular project, it is definitely going to be a work of love, and it's going to take a lot of time and patience. So this may be one of the very few that I don't just concentrate and work on all by itself. But for the most part, I am trying to pick one, finish it, empty that cubby so I can fill the cubby back up. That's the goal. Empty the cubby, refill it. Do this again next year. That is the goal. But again, that's Wensleydale. This is Jen King, a Jen Kingwell project, for which I am using Tilda Sanctuary and Hibernation fabrics with some of my own stash thrown in there. And feel free to offer your vote up as to whether or not this is a keeper, or just kind of do it later. This is not necessarily what you want to see, so just let me know. So next up on our parade here is hold on, it's called Rainbow. It's called Reunion Rainbow. And I thought I had the front of it, and I do not have the front picture. Where is it? Trying to see if I can find it. There's a no. But I have the last page that shows you how to put it together. So it's going to look like that when it's done. It's done all with Robin Pickens, what is this called? Thatched fabrics. And that colorway that you see there, white background, beautiful, 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 beautifully vibrant colors. I have finished a couple of these blocks. So I've done, hold on, let me get you right, because you're not right. I don't like that one. Pull that one back. Okay, that one. I've done this one, and there's 4 of these. And yes, that color is exactly what it looks like. I have done this one, which is the center of the medallion. And I have done these bear claw looking things. And there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. So I've done all those, and they switch. That middle section switches opposite when you get it to the other side. They kind of mirror each other. So you see the blue there, the light blue and the dark blue. And when you pull this down, they're swapped. So all of the blocks do that. Block on one side is kind of a mirror flip from the blocks on the other side. But those are the ones that I have completed. Now in this one, I only have 7 of the 10 blocks. I just paid for the last, I think, 3. Yes. I've just paid for the last 3, and they should be on their way to me in the mail pretty soon. Let me correct that. No, there's 12 of these blocks. I just paid for 2 of these. 2 months of these. The next one I'm going to show you, and I'm showing these together. When I finish it, I'm going to show you one right behind these that I'm kind of showing together because they come in the same shipment every month. But there's that one, and I have these blocks to complete that I already have. So I have this block here, in these purpley colors and this light blue. That's all of the colors in it. I have an opposite block to the one you just saw, or a sister block to the one you just saw here. And it is made with, let me put it this way, these blue colors and that white thatch there. So this would be an ongoing project here, but I would not mind having an opportunity to kind of catch up on it. If you vote for it, I would, you know, put it in the list, and we would probably wait until maybe February, January, February, somewhere in there, and then start it and finish it. But I would not mind getting caught up on it because I think it is just lusciously luscious. And then this is month 6. Trying to figure out how come it doesn't have a paper in there. That's odd. I thought I put them all in there. Okay. So, month 6 are setting triangles. They're setting triangles. And you are making 1, 2, 3, 8, 16 of them because they look different. So they're a little different from each other. And you're making 16, 4 of each. That's fierce. And the fabrics look like that. So that is that. Oh, and this block of the month comes with a boo-boo kit, basically, and it comes with a little bit of all the fabrics. Now I can tell you I have not seen this one, this one, this one, or this one. Well, yes I have. So this green here, this orange, this blue, that yellow, that darkness red right there, and that red right there. The rest of these colors I've seen, but those few I haven't seen in the quilt yet. But the quilt will look like this. It'll look like that. But I've only been, so far, I've only done what's in here. In the center with the blues and that little bit of green and that's in the middle. I haven't done any of those things that's outside of that. I have not done yet. So, that's that quilt. Now, the sister quilt that comes in the same, it comes in the exact same package. It's called Lockwood Manor. And I have all of its pieces right here, along with how I'm keeping the spare fabrics or the scrap fabrics, because for that rainbow one, this is all I have for that one. It uses its fabrics to the max capacity of what you can use. Let's see if I can find you a good picture of this one. Because this particular one did not come with what you would call a boo-boo kit. As you get certain fabrics, you save what's left. So you may need a half yard this month, or you may need 3/4 yard this month, and she'll tell you to save the extra 1/4 yard for your boo-boo kit, which was odd to me. But at the end, you really can't see it from here with this picture. All of this comes together and the quilts will somewhat look like this. I have no idea what I did with the front pages of either one of these quilt patterns. That is so odd, but it'll look like that. Oh wait, I have a picture hanging on my wall. So let me flip it this way. So this is what I do with, I make copies and I hang them, but that one with the gray, which is right over there with the gray, is the Lockwood. But I like to have a good picture of what I am working on hanging up so I can kind of reference it when I am putting things together. So, oh, you're gonna fall. For the Lockwood, I have done these. I have completed, I keep saying done, that's a southern thing, y'all. I have completed this block. Oh, I've done quite a few. Let's see. This block. And that looked wrong. But we ain't fixing it at this point. They all gonna be wrong now. This block, I think it goes that way or this way. I think it goes this way. Maybe. Anyway. And the center medallion block, which is here. So I have done, though, I have completed I have completed those blocks for the Lockwood quilt. Feel free to vote below and let me know if you think this, now this particular, let me interrupt that train of thought and say this is the one that only has 3 blocks left that I paid for the last 3 blocks of this, and it should be in the mail. So at 10 months, this one is complete. At 12 months, the rainbow reunion rainbow is complete. And this whole final and this particular block of the month came with boo-boo kit, everything for the front and the backing. So I will receive the backing, binding, everything when I receive the last 3 of this kit. Okay, so up next, Pathways. It is this pretty pink, black, red, green is just pretty, and brown, lots of brown. I have wait, did I pull you out? So I've completed some of this too, but it is currently hanging up in the closet. But I have, what do I have? What I have to complete is putting the center together, which I have not. But out of the center, I can tell you what I have done. Really? Okay. So putting the center together, I have done this, all of this light down in here, this crisscross. I've done everything in this middle to the black. Yeah, I've done everything in that middle part, and I've done all these in the lights, these browns in here, but I have not done these. I don't recall doing those, and I do not recall, wait, yeah, and I do not recall these pinks either, like right here. I don't recall those. Let me look at this real quick. No, I think I did them. Those pinks. I did, now that I look at how the blocks are put together. I have not done the ones with the black that I was showing you the crisscrosses. I have not done those. And there's some outside ones that it does not look like I've done either. But this one puts the entire center together and gives you the border to the center to cut, fussy cut, and put on. So that's month number 8. This one has had a 10 month too. I have all the pieces to this. This is okay. So this is what I did. It's because I had all the pieces, I would just reach my hand in, and whatever I pulled out is what I worked on for that particular time period. So there's these. That's probably part of that crisscross that I haven't done. But there's these from month 3 that I have not completed. There are, yep, crisscrosses that I have not completed. And some of these pink ones that are not done. Something in the corners. This is month 6 that I have not done. Month 7. 8 you've already seen. Month 9. And let me show you what this is, because this particular package is rather thick with lots of fabric to it. It makes these little, these are like borders. And it, oh my goodness, this month 10 is huge. And it makes that, hold that picture there, because you can't see that with that glare. Here we go. It makes this border right here that looks like the ribbon running through it. That's in month 9. And month 10 is the settings and all of the border that goes around that has to be mitered in the corners. All of the borders are mitered in the corners, which was a drawback that stopped me from completing most of this quilt, was looking forward and realizing that I don't know how to do a mitered seam, a mitered border rather, and that the borders have to be cut length of fabric, and I don't have room in here to do that. So when I do get to that part, I will have to go to my sit and sew with my guild, they have a huge cutting table and the tools that I will need to cut these borders the way that I need to cut them. But that is what I have for pathways. Feel free to vote down below if you think I should complete this project. This would be a focus project because, again, I have all the pieces. The only thing I would need to do, and the backing, because this is another one that came with the quilt top, the binding, the boo-boo kit, and the backing all together in the block of the month when I received it. So this particular one I have everything for, and all you have to do is tell me whether or not you think that I should focus on completing this one down below in the comments. Okay, so the next 3 all come from the same place. They don't necessarily come in the same shipment, but they all come from the same place. Let me gather their pictures off of this door. Well, I only have 2 of the pictures, actually. Let me see. I may have, let's see if I got one down. Yes, I got one of them here. And I will pull its fabric. This is the newest one I have from them. And the quilt itself is going to look like that. Okay, so let me explain to some of y'all who do not know who I am. I am the Block of the Month Queen. Self-proclaimed, of course, because there may be somebody out there that do Block of the Months more than I do, but I don't think so. I am the Block of the Month Queen over here. So this is another Block of the Month that will look like this when done. It comes from Love Sew. Month 1 was this pattern here. This block, which is like a a log cabiny look. And I did not complete. This is month 1. I'm only in the second month of this, number 1. But I could not complete month 1 because I did not have this fabric. When they cut the kit, whoever was cutting it probably cut it automatically. And however, when they got to the end to cut the length of fabric needed for this particular piece right here, it only gave me a piece this wide and probably about 24 inches long. So they were probably supposed to add another piece of fabric in to that. But during the month that they sent it to me, I didn't get it. I got all of this fabric here, and I'll show it to you. So there's this blue, this one, and I was very skeptical about this company in the beginning. I paid for the other 2 blocks the month that I got from them, and I was like, ooh, and it took about 60 days to get started on something that the website said I should have had in 7 to 10. So, and then this white background. So I was very skeptical about them. I emailed those people every 7 days to make sure that it wasn't a scam. I was going to call my credit card and say, hey, I need y'all to give me back my money because these people have not delivered the way that they say they would. But as it turns out, the problem was that they were dealing with the backup in the port with all the tariffs and all that stuff. And once it started coming in, it came in like it was supposed to. But I got the piece that I got for this was probably as wide as it looks, the wide as what you can measure on this picture. And it was short. So I emailed them to tell them that I did not get the proper amount of fabric. I took a picture of it, showed it all to them on my cutting board so that they can see it. And to substitute in between, they sent me a jelly roll, which ultimately still didn't end up being enough because I need 8 of these at 12 inches by 2.5 by 12. And I wasn't able to cut it from the jelly roll. I was only able to get 6. So in the meantime, when they got more fabric in to cut, they sent me the rest of the fabric. But it only came, like I ordered this over a month ago, and it only came, what, maybe sometime last week. I got this piece of fabric, so I haven't been able to do the first block. But when I do, it'll be that. So with that said, I also have the second block. Trying to find it. Hold on. Did I put you in there? Maybe I don't have the second block. I haven't received the second block yet because I had them to, now I remember, I had them to hold off on the second block until they can give me everything for the first block, and then we'll take care of the second block after that. So they're probably waiting on me to email them to tell them to send me the second block. That being said, there is 2 more quilts that I got from them. Hurt yourself, girl. The first, something on the floor. The first one being this one. It's called Stars and Sprinkles on Rouge. It's so pretty. I love it. I have done a couple 1 month of this. And it looks like that. And you had to do 8 of these. And let me tell you, that was quite a bit of cutting, for which I cut some wrong. And I cut that background too short, and I was out of it. And I was panicking because I did not want to call and I did not want to buy any more fabric. That being said, I waited until month number 2 came, and I only needed a couple of these squares, and I cut it out that second set of fabric. Month number, wait, which one is this? Hold on. Trying to make sure I got them all. So this one is another month of that, and that month is going to look like this. And I can show you what these fabrics look like a little closer. They feel a lot like Timeless Treasures. If you've ever had a Timeless Treasure fabric, they feel a lot like Timeless Treasures. When I starch them, and I am a heavy starcher, when I starch them, they feel exactly like Timeless Treasures fabric. So, not only was I a little skeptical about what the company was like altogether, I was a bit skeptical about what the fabric was going to be like. That being said,